Have U.S. plans taken into account the use of a plane in a terrorist attack, and generally, what would the country do?
Well, I'm not going to tell you the specifics of that. The answer to your question is yes. We have considered that. This is not a new idea, and we have created some defenses against that. As you can tell, as we speak, there's still things going on, and I would definitely suggest that we be very alert.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir.
I think it might be a good idea if we got out of this crowd
Hey,
situation.
John Boyd. Did you hear that?
And we have created some defenses against that.
Well, 352.
I think we just had an airplane crash east of here. Must be in the district area.
So then someone came in and said, Mr. Vice President, there's been an explosion at the Pentagon.
American Flight 77 hits the Pentagon with 64 people on board. The fighter jets from Langley Air Force Base had been 105 miles away at the moment of impact. That's 12 minutes flying time.
I see this roll of blue-black smoke coming across the mall from left to right.
And I felt we should evacuate the Capitol immediately.
I went to my staff. I said, that smoke's not supposed to be there. What happened? And just moments later, they came back and said, well, there was a third plane that's gone into the Pentagon.
I tried to call the speaker, and all the phone lines were obviously very jammed by that time. So I just ran down to his office, which is 2 floors down. Got in to see him just as the plane had hit the Pentagon, and he was standing there looking at the smoke from the Pentagon.
So I'm thinking 2 planes in the World Trade Tower, a plane into the Pentagon. Here we're sitting in this beautiful building on a hill, which is really the epitome of freedom and liberty and democracy and a symbol around the world. We got to be a target if there are more planes out there.
I said, Mr. Speaker, I think we need to leave now. Our information is there are more planes up there, and we're not sure where they're going.
So I made a decision to adjourn the House, and I called my staff. I said, have the chaplain meet me on the floor of the House, and I'm going to ask him to say a prayer, and we're going to adjourn.
It was a visiting chaplain, and I said, pray us a brief, earnest prayer. We are under attack.
People begin running from the Capitol building.
I can't take this. I'm going home.
Word is spreading that there is a 4th hijacked plane 20 minutes out and approaching fast.
Part of my core responsibility is to protect that dome and all the people who are in that building. And that day, I thought the plane was going to fly into that building. I knew there was nothing we could do about it. And that day, I thought we were going to lose the capital of the United States to a terrorist attack.
We had a sympathetic detonation, apparently one of the fuel tanks in the plane that hit the Pentagon, and you could feel a concussion on your body.
Buildings self-evacuated.
And after that point, it was just sort of mayhem.
It was very much a panic, and it wasn't controlled chaos. It was chaos.
Find out who is missing from their office or if everyone's accounted for. Okay, so if you could please cooperate.
You'd spot people's shoes, that people were so frantically trying to get out of the buildings, they actually ran out of their shoes and left their shoes behind. Women were kicking off their high heels so that they could run out of the buildings.
2 of my security people grabbed me, 1 on each side, and said, we think that there's a plane coming for the Capitol. And so I was exited out, down through the tunnels, over into our car. and was shuttled off to at high speeds to Andrews Air Force Base.
I turned around to look at the speaker, and he was gone. The security people had taken him away. As you know, he's third in line in succession, so he was whisked away, literally.
Tell them to come to me as soon as you can, because we may have to move. Oh, it collapsed right now. As you can see, I assume you're taking our picture. I do not have a monitor, but right now we just had a middle section here of the E-ring of the Pentagon collapse from the amount of fire and destruction from this. So obviously there was a great deal of damage here. It just collapsed.
The security people arrived and picked me up and whisked me away to go be involved with leadership.
And we sent agents also out with them in the aircraft so that when they arrived at the secure location on the other end, that we'd have people with them also.
It was a traumatic day, of course, and I remember being glad to get back to Washington. And the chopper pilot flies by the Pentagon, and I saw one of the great symbols of our strength up in flames. And it reminded me that we're in a new war. It was a kind of a visual reminder about the struggles that laid ahead for our country, and it was an impressionable moment for me.